Welcome back to The Legend of Vox Machina. This is Season 3, Episode 4, Hell to Pay. Last time, half the group, more than half, 5/7 of the group have gone to hell to get to the Plate of the Dawn Martyr. And we got, actually I didn't mention this last time, but Pike is kind of her Everlight. I don't know if it's a connection or what. Maybe the signal is weak because it's in a different plane, but she was kind of having a tough time with that at the end there. So hopefully it's not too bad in hell and she can, reach through to the Everlight. But there was that loss of connection there. Anyways, we're going to probably pick up with them now that in the material plane we have Vex, Percy, and Allura split up. They're in a cave at the moment. Sorry, my keyboard is so dusty. I'm just looking at it. They're in a cave, and so they probably just have to find their way out, escape Vorgel, and then I don't know how they're going to open up the portal now that I think about it. If it's magical, Kima has some magic. We've seen her before do it, but the ones who actually opened the portal in the first place were Allura and Dola, so I don't know if somebody is strong enough to replace Dola's magic, or maybe we have to, I don't know, maybe Keyleth can do something, or Pike can do something back in the other side, but yeah, that's an actual issue we're going to have to deal with eventually, too, is opening the portal again. I feel like I was going to say something else. No, I can't remember. Oh, I was just going to say I'm super excited. I've mentioned this before. I have watched the campaign when it was airing, so I do know vague stuff, but it's cool because this is like stuff that I don't really remember. I remember bits and pieces of like the finale and some later parts, but for the most part, I remember they went to hell to get this plate for Pike, and I know like Raishan and Ripley are out there too. I remember kind of vaguely about them, but a lot of these beats are stuff that I'm not really remembering, or maybe they're being expounded upon. So it's cool to be like, I don't really know what's going to happen next, and I'm very excited. Obviously, I don't know when, but eventually we're going to have the Mighty Nine, I believe. Campaign 2 will be animated, so I only watched a little bit of that one. Very excited for that. Anyways, it's exciting. It's stuff that I'm not familiar with, so it's cool to sort of see where we're going to go from here. Anyways, let's get into this episode. She's back with the Everlight emptiness.
If I've ever needed you, it's now.
Redemption does not exist in the realm of the damned. The hells of Despath are forbidden. Ignore my words, and you will find yourself alone.
Interesting. So we're gonna have this like god and devil.
Pike? Well, we certainly don't look like we belong in hell. Unless we did, little man.
Can you illusion yourself?
Oh, right. Come on!
Just kidding, buddy. You okay?
Why is she being...
Souls. Wish I could help them.
Oh.
Maybe Keyleth was right.
Hey, it's gonna be okay, buddies. Hell ain't such a bad place. I mean, lots of people have told me to go here.
No, I'm just kind of conflicted on this plot line. Like, I understand what she's saying is like, don't go there, it's a bad place, but also like, it's for a righteous thing. God. She's like, she is the one who throws up all the time.
We're looking for someone named Xerxes.
Keyleth. She looks like a little Ewok.
Let's get moving.
Still maintain it would have been safer to drill our way out.
Yes, but my way was cooler.
I could have made it cool.
Can't you do that location spell?
What do you want to do?
She did it
I'm
for
going
Vox
to tear
Machina.
that fucking dragon
Oh.
to pieces.
Don't like the way these creatures are looking at us.
Yeah, I wouldn't leave her alone.
Redeem this woman with your healing light.
Aren't they all sinners though? Like, I get it's in her nature to be helpful, but... Oh, God. Nope.
Guys, down there.
Pike. Think about who's whispering to you.
Buddies!
Oh my god.
What is this?
Well, that's just the
place?
guard. That's not even the dude.
Neat trick?
The Plate of the Dawn Martyr?
Not left. Lost.
Oop.
What do you mean, lost?
Every decade or so, Jamon comes to test their rather poor luck at my table.
Okay,
They
yeah,
shouldn't
gambling.
have wagered such an artifact, but you'd have to make an exquisite offer. Or wager. Care for a game of chance. And if I win, you stay as my guest. Indefinitely.
Pike, you can't. He'll cheat.
Now. Rules are what separates Despath from the truly miserable planes of existence.
See, it is. Just gonna say, is it one-on-one? Yeah, I would have asked the game. What's the game first?
To ensure you don't get cold feet.
What's the game? What's the game? Let me see what the fucking game is. Read the rules. Read the fine print. Pike, come on.
The game is 5 skulls. Each player has 5 cards consisting of 4 red and a single black skull. Goal is to find my black skull before I find yours.
How?
So it's
On each
Battleship?
turn, you may ask your opponent any question to help locate it. However, you must answer all questions truthfully.
They got some plush chairs in this bitch.
I can't believe she's doing this.
So she
First
gets to look at
question
them,
is
right?
yours.
And she gets to... Okay.
Is your black skull to the right or left of your middle card?
You can't feel the presence of the Everlight. Your Redeemer isn't here, is she?
That's not the
That
question.
wasn't my question.
Right.
You must take pride in always being there to save them. To redeem them with.
I'm still trying to figure out the rules.
Tell me, Holy, we do not choose.
Any path can be a holy one, so long as one walks it with truth.
Turns out the choice was a lie. Both paths led to the same end.
In my head. It's
I
not
mean,
gonna work.
it's working pretty
I
well.
already have what I need. You gave yourself away before.
Just like that, you're cheating!
How? All the answers were truthful.
He didn't.
Contract or no, this
He
is a
didn't really.
farce.
What else might you have to offer at this point?
Her soul.
For the Plate of the Dawn Martyr, I will require something more substantial. The souls of your friends.
Oh. God, Pike. It's a risky gambit, but like, what else? What else does she have at this
One
point?
round, winner takes all.
I can see why the Everlight favors you.
I see it.
Stand as with those close to you as you are yourself. Wondered if the Everlight needs you more than you need her.
Never crossed my mind.
Girl,
2 cards?
you lied.
Lie.
So it's a 50-50 now. Great.
It's the one in my hand.
Ah.
Far left.
Do you ever wonder if your life would be better without the Everlight? Looks like the game is almost over. Time 1,000 years ago, when gods walked amongst mortals, and the world was ruled by magic. I was blind as my friends condemned our civilization with their curiosity,
You mean the calamity?
with the Lord of
Trigon.
Torment
Oh.
himself.
Tython?
But instead of destroying me, I had enough time. I could reach him, save him. I watched my husband and son fade with the rigors of time.
Gay?
Do you wish your family was here?
What?
Do you want them with you in this nightmare? Or is that too selfish? Wish they were here, suffering with you?
Oh. Damn.
That was more devious than I expected.
Her last name is
Well,
Trickfoot.
spots. Even you.
Blind spot.
It's rare for me.
Ooh, nice. Ooh, that's cool. I like that she earned it too, you know? It wasn't just like, oh, it's armor, so it goes to Pike.
The seed of doubt has been planted and will fill her heart with vengeance. As we watch it grow, leave her. Kill the rest.
Brat. No. Oh my god. I was not okay. Okay, where do I go from here? So this dude Xerxes, I don't even know if that's his name, to be honest. I really should have my notebook up. So he was around during the Calamity. He was a mortal who was around pre-Calamity, which is what I don't know a lot about the back lore. I know Critical Role has been doing a lot of like fleshing out the world of Tal'Dorei and all that. So the Calamity is different than the Divergence, correct? Or is that the same thing? Because I know they're the vestiges of Divergence, which is based on the war between the old and the new gods, kind of, or like the gods and the titans or something. And then there is the Calamity, which is supposed to be something else. I don't really know. So if you do, if you're watching the show, I feel like you're usually a hardcore critter or you're like know nothing. So please let me know what I should know, or obviously the show should be doing enough to tell me, but just clarify if Calamity and Divergence are the same thing. So he was around pre that, and then he felt betrayed, so he kind of signed himself up with this archdevil god. Is it a god or like an archdevil? Became a devil. Again, I don't remember if this is... I know they went to hell in campaign 1. I just don't remember if this dude was like there and that fleshed out. And I also don't think this card game thing was in campaign 1. I do like that, again, she had to earn the vestige in a way. We got to see some development there of like her faith. It's such a dense episode because at the end he's like, she's infected with something. I don't know if it's supposed to be metaphorically infected, like she has the seed of doubt now, that her faith, just that distrust in your head, it's hard to get rid of that. Or is it like she's actually got something inside of her body? I don't know. I'm leaning towards it's more of a metaphor that, she's going to be more distrusting and feel like betrayed or something. But maybe there is something actually, because I think he mentioned something about her bloodline or some, like she doesn't know who she is kind of thing. So maybe there's something more to her that we don't know. But very cool. I knew I was expecting this season to be Keyleth focused, and Percy focused, but like it's cool that we have a lot of Pike focus, because I think the fact that Ashley was not really in the campaign because of other acting gigs and stuff, she would hop in and out. It kind of made me write her off in the show a little bit. So I like that they are finding ways to include her and give her more story. That's what I was talking about at the end of last season. Like, okay, last season was more Vax and Scanlan, Grog. So this season will probably, I was expecting, again, Percy, Keyleth, and I was thinking like maybe Vex, but I think it's more Pike. Even in the intro, we do see her having a little moment there. So really cool. I'm excited to see where we go with her, especially because she hasn't really had too much since season 1. She's been kind of attached to Scanlan, attached as in like part of furthering his plot with his daughter, but otherwise we haven't really got to see too much of Pike herself. So I like it. Yeah, I mean, it's just real interesting. I'm curious how long we're going to spend in hell. Obviously there's this big Minotaur dude now. We're going to probably get to see Pike show off a little bit with the vestige. It only makes sense to, right? But, do we get out next episode? Are we still in there for a couple more? How long do we stay in hell? I'm curious. Yeah, very cool stuff. And I'm just excited and nervous to see where we go with her. We did the obvious, forfeiting her soul and all that shit, but she won so far. So like, the Everlight made this very dire warning at the beginning, like, if you continue down this path, I will abandon you. That's what I took from it, at least. The Everlight was saying you'll be alone. So it made me think, okay, if she's treading a fine line here, like, don't be going down this dark path, or else you're not going to be a cleric of mine anymore. So I'm curious if we're out of that darkness. Obviously not, because of the conversation Xerxes was having with his minion. Very cool stuff. Thanks for watching. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys thought. Clarify anything that I need to know that I might not have picked up in this episode, please, because I am curious, especially, you know, like I said, Critical Role as a tabletop is expanding so much. I know there's 3 campaigns that just finished up, third one, and it's all kind of based around the same stuff. And I think even like these what are they called, the Vox Machina characters kind of interplay in and the Mighty Nine, I want to say they also interplay in like campaign 3. So I'm excited to like get there in some form or fashion. You know, I know they did the Calamity miniseries and all that shit. So I just, it's exciting to like be introduced to this world, and again, more stuff that I'm not familiar with. As much as it's cool to sort of see an adaptation of something, it's kind of like the book to a movie. It's cool to see how this can adapt multiple things. You know, I think I'm getting scatterbrained again, but my point is, if we look at Garmelie as an example, a lot of people, other reactions I've seen in the comments, that Garmelie is like a character, not Garmelie, but like the elf fae thing that he turns into at the end. He is another character from another campaign, so it's cool to see how stuff in campaign 1 that wasn't really set up for other campaigns initially, or, you know, it wasn't like necessarily planned stuff, it can be interwoven into like, remember this guy for later. It's the same thing here. I feel like this dude Xerxes was a similar situation of like, maybe he wasn't a big role in campaign 1 or anything, but they kind of fleshed him out in the show to make him more prominent and, you know, add more meaning to him, add more stakes to the world. We got little tidbits of like the greater world of Tal'Dorei in this show, and Exandria or whatever. So anyways, I'm kind of babbling. It's all exciting. Thanks for watching. Talk to you in the comments. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.